Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Master J. Thank you for tuning back in. Today we will continue our video part 5 from the army vet, the 20-year army vet CJ and his alien encounter, his interview on the YouTube channel Area 52. So if you do not know what it's about, check out my last 4 videos to get up to date. And for those that do know, we're gonna get right back in. I'm not gonna waste the time. Let's continue with the interview. All right, let's go.
Dreams, you've come back with injuries.
Yes.
And so that's where
we've got
we say dreams, but my dreams don't leave strange
marks,
symmetrical marks on my body.
Correct.
Now it's going to get very interesting.
Now these other dreams where you had these markings,
I guess, that they left behind.
And if you like, we can pull them up.
Yeah, we can pull up here's some images here.
The first one here, this is on your thigh. These are 3. This is an equilateral triangle, what looks to be, with 3 bruises.
Yeah, perfectly identical distance between each one.
You've measured them?
Yes.
And
well, I mean, just a little basic.
Yeah, I mean, you can also see it.
Like what?
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
It looks crazy.
It's wild.
It's so wild.
I mean, and that just makes these dream states so much more realistic for me. You know what I mean?
What was that particular dream? Do you remember that one?
I really don't.
Okay.
I really don't remember which one that happened with, to be honest. I just wanted to I wanted to document,
There was another one
with my eye that's happened several times, actually.
That one is,
ooh, that looks painful.
You can clearly see like some type of symmetry, some type of like angular geometric shape in your eye.
Absolutely. And it looks like a puncture.
And then a puncture.
Right. And I'm not blind.
Dude.
And I got 20/20 vision. So
that is clearly a puncture.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
What do you make of that? Do you think that was done?
I don't know why that happened to me. I don't know why I needed something jabbed in my eye, to be honest with you. And so that part frightens me a little bit. I mean, like something can hurt me.
They probably put like a sensor in his eye so they can see everything he's saying.
I can still use both my eyes, and I have 20/20 vision. So
Or didn't he say he has that? Sometimes he can see that reading in front of his eyes. Maybe there is some kind of chip in there or something. So, which is causing him to see that alien type writing those, those symbols and stuff. Just an idea.
It's scary that it could happen, but it's comforting to know that I'm not blind in one eye. You know what I mean? Because with any injury, we don't know how our bodies will handle those injuries.
Sure, and we don't know, if this is a real injury or an upgrade or whatnot, right?
And when we're going, and as we progress later, in our conversation, we can talk about a trip to the hospital with with a issue later down the road.
But yes,
I think if I was him, if I was in this situation, I would want a full body scan to see if they can see something that was maybe artificially put in his eye, or not just in his eye, but his whole body. He might have some alien stuff going on up in there. I mean, if the story is true.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that as well.
Absolutely.
So let's go back to these quote unquote dreams. You've had several where there are, like you said, other species.
Right.
Oh, snap.
Let's talk about some of these interactions, because I'm, if anything, I'm just more fascinated by this facet of the phenomenon is the different species that we might be interacting with, and the ones that seemingly are cooperating in some sense. There's some type of community of these beings working together, it seems like. At any one point, were there more than 2 different types of species in the same room?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Right. Yeah.
Were there ever any that looked like us?
Yes.
Okay, other than the little ones?
2.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they look like?
So, in one of my dreams, there was or I keep saying dreams. This is how I associate it. So I will continue to say dreams because this is just
I will allow it.
Yeah. So, in one of them, there were the tall grays, which I'm assuming would be the emerthers. The small grays who I didn't have a whole lot of communication with. It was very mild telepathic and more along the lines of help guiding me around the ship.
Worker bees.
Walking around. They were helping me walk around the ship kind of thing. There were the small female They weren't all female. There were some males that were much shorter than them. I would say like 6 inches shorter, and they seemed to have like very like a lack of intelligence, like like they were meaningless to them.
Peons.
Like their males were just used to do the heavy lifting.
They were nerfed. Yeah, there's something.
It was odd. It was like a dynamic that was completely different.
Their type of
Women were in
donkeys.
charge.
Women were in charge, but I also found out later from a previous dream that is something that happened on their planet that affected male DNA, that their offspring, the males either didn't survive childbirth or birthing, or and that the ones that did just lacked the ability for creativity and knowledge and grasping that knowledge. They're hard to train, hard to educate. Like some sort of thing happened. I don't know if it was a natural cosmic thing or if it was a war or something that took place that damaged their DNA in some way, where the males
That's
just
crazy.
either didn't survive. They were low in
But
number.
it's smart. Like if there wasn't some type of alien war going on, to take out the enemy, just ruin the males. Males are usually bigger and stronger and usually do all the warfare. So if you want to protect yourself for the future, I guess it's kind of a smart thing to take out the males. Like generational warfare, pretty much, you know? So they can't come back stronger. My theory.
They lacked a lot of the ability to reproduce.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
that's crazy.
There wasn't
Chemical
enough
warfare.
Educated males left to really help, their own people,
Sure.
And so the ones that were safeguarded from this, it seemed like to be the female side of the DNA was not affected. And so I was under the impression that they're here to try to collect some DNA to help their community, and because they don't want to die out, just like any living thing wants to continue to survive. So I think it's more or less a survival instinct for them.
That's wild.
Then there were
That is
talls. There were talls, tall blondes that I didn't associate or didn't speak with. And
what were they wearing?
Light colors.
Yeah. Okay.
But I wasn't having conversations with them. They seemed to be having conversations with the Emerthers and doing things with them. But I recognized they're both male and female, and there were several of them. There's like 6 or 7 of them just kind of doing their stuff in the distance. They were about our height, if not taller, that resembled, human beings, as well as the small ones. There was another one that was walking out as I was walking in, and I only catch a glimpse of this one, but every time that I've had this vivid dream where I'm in associating with all of them, there's always one that's leaving the room that's a little bit more shy from us. That's always leaving, and it I'm only catching a glimpse of it. It just kind of looks kind of like a, I don't know, ogreish, almost similar to, you ever watched Lord of the Rings? And the who they're fighting all the time.
Orcs.
Oh, the orcs.
The orcs,
Yeah, the orcs.
kind of thing.
Oh wow.
Very like somewhat similar, a little bit more advanced.
Well,
and attire and things.
Sure.
But, kind of resembling some similarities within that. But it's like I said, it's only a glimpse that I'm seeing every time of it leaving the room. And I was under the impression that their appearance can be a little scary based on how they look, but it's, them.
And it was these type of dreams that you would wake up and have markings on your body?
Correct. Yeah.
Wow. That is, and again, you're laying down in these dreams? No, you're standing up.
The first encounter was when I was
on the table. But
Um,
then you're just kind
and
of,
then several after, I've been allowed to walk around and just kind of scope things out and check things out. And I'm being guided by the small females and the small grays who don't communicate very much. They're just there to kind of assist, and they have a purpose, and they're very intelligent. but they, it was like they deal with this stuff all the time, so it's nothing new to them.
Routine.
Very routine for them. Whereas the small females, it didn't seem so very routine for them. So they were a little bit more communicative than the others.
Wow.
The Murthers, when they would communicate, anything they would say to you would be of vital importance or of great importance. Like they wouldn't speak unless it was important to say.
Right. No small talk.
They didn't waste time with things. It was just important.
Like what? Give me an example.
One thing that you did mention in the interview with Linda Moulton Howe was you had the impression that there was some type of council.
Right.
Can you talk about that a little bit more? Or the Council of Five?
It was a feeling and almost like a telepathic communication that there was 5 that were part of this little group that I was associated with, and being where I was at with them, that there's the 5 of them were.
Man, I have to clear my throat.
Right. 5 of them as in 5 races, 5 species?
5 species.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, that's and those you had a sense were benevolent. Those were good.
They were good. Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
They're protecting us. So yeah, having some protection from others is a bit comforting. Maybe it was just said to me to be comfortable, but I didn't pick up any hostilities per se
or deception
from them. I did have an encounter with a human that was there as well and was a little agitated that I was present.
A human?
Human, yeah.
What was his role? Or
I'm unsure. I was guided into the room, and when this person saw me, this male saw me, was immediately like, "Why is he here? What's his purpose? He's not with our group. We're not." And it was upset, like pointing at me, and I'm like, I took it offensive and was like, obviously you can't do something that I can, and was just more or less like, you're taunting me, I'm gonna taunt you back. And then
he's in enemy territory right there. Okay, he doesn't know what the hell's going on, and he's picking fights up there with some random people. This guy's mad. That's crazy.
He turned and walked off.
Who was he talking to?
He was talking to the Murther.
And what was he wearing? Anything?
He was wearing it was a jumpsuit, like a human jumpsuit.
Not like military?
It was blue, like dark navy.
Did he feel like he was military, or?
Yeah, I got the impression it was military, military hairstyle, military appearance.
Yep.
Like some higher up somewhere.
Maybe secret space program or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
I didn't recognize the person.
Yeah.
But I recognize his features as a human.
Yeah.
And his attitude and the way he spoke as a human. So
yeah.
I don't want to call anybody out, so I won't describe in detail.
So like always, the humans are the bad
what the appearance was.
Okay.
I don't want to divulge or threaten any other organization. I'm an American.
Right. Okay.
I love my country.
What are you saying? Was there some feature on there that would have given away what department this guy would have worked for?
I'm just observing.
You could tell.
I could tell.
Okay.
This was an American.
An American department. One of the American departments.
Oh, he knows something. He doesn't want to say it. Huh. He doesn't want to say it. He knows exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want to describe this person in any kind of detail.
Drink something.
It was another male.
Okay.
He knows exactly which department.
Well, that's interesting. You're giving me puzzle pieces here, so I'm pardon me if I'm trying to figure it out.
I understand.
I'm sure you do the same. Okay. So, I mean, this is all very fascinating to me. And, obviously for the listener, we're taking them through a whole journey here. and we're going, you know, far beyond possibly what they're comfortable with. And like, we're talking about these things that are like dreams. You're waking up, you're having markings on your body, clear markings on your
Right.
body. But now I want to get back to something a little more tangible again, a little more physical, is you keep having messages,
Right.
and you receive in 2016, you start receiving messages. Now, I wondered, you know, when I was reading about your case and when I was hearing about your case through Dr. Drew and watching your interview with Linda Moulton Howe, I was wondering, why are these messages all in English? That was always same question I had for Jim Peniston. Like, why English? Why, you know, how, what about another language? Or what
Because
about a
English is
language
the
that we're
world
not
language.
familiar with?
That's
Like,
why
that doesn't make, unless it was absolutely
the whole
intended
world
for you,
Which I
knows
believe it
English.
was.
which I believe it was, but otherwise it wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Right.
I mean, if somebody's speaking to you in another language and you don't understand what they're saying, like, what are you gonna walk away with?
Yeah, but maybe I'm
More
saying
questions.
maybe you intercepted some transmission that wasn't meant for you, was like my initial thought. Like maybe something like that could have happened.
Possibly, yes.
But then also later on, you were given pieces of information that you told me were very personal to you.
There were some translations that, yeah, kind of affected me because I felt it was very personal per se to me,
Mm-hmm.
and
That was specific to you.
it seemed very specific to
Okay.
me. With conversations with Linda, and she'll tell you, it choked me up a little bit, but it also like put me on a little bit of a defense where it I don't want to take away from uh, I don't want to take away from the experience, but at the same time it was a little bit profound, and maybe later down the road some of that more can come out, but I don't know. She'll tell you I was a bit frightened by some of it, and
Um,
I mean, I didn't feel threatened or
mhm.
anything per se. It was just more of emotional response. You know,
Can you tell me what it had to do with?
um, it had to do with some translations referring to me as being a kind of a messenger or something.
Okay.
But I don't want to associate myself with being um, a messenger or some sort of
Prophet or anything.
prophet or
Yeah, no.
figure because that's completely against who I am as a person.
Yep.
And we are all individuals. We are all fascinating individuals, every one
Mhm.
of us. All of your listeners, everyone out there is a fascinating person, and I don't want to take away um or project myself as being something that I don't feel that I am. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so, yeah, it was described to me as like I have an ability to perceive things that several others uh, can't seem to do, or can't evolve in a way where the messages can be um, received well.
Yeah.
And I believe that it was referring to. Then this is after some great time thinking about it. That maybe it was just a metaphor or speaking to me in a fashion that I'm able to do something that many others can't. And that I believe that I'm able to receive the information and coherently speak about it afterwards.
Yeah, you're a decoder.
Yeah, like a decoder, but I, yeah. And so it bothers me a little bit because I don't want to be,
It's a lot of responsibility.
yeah, I don't want to be put up as some sort of,
Sure.
you know,
But on the other hand of that,
yeah.
you know, there is, I think, some importance to at least divulge some of that information. What you're doing here today, I think, is really brave.
Right.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I
I think
think,
we're all messengers in some way.
yeah, but I do think it's important that you share a lot of this stuff because clearly, you know, if they're concerned,
Yeah.
I believe we should be concerned.
I agree.
Um,
If they're concerned, then we should be concerned as well.
okay, so you continue having more of these messages happen
Yeah.
over time, and I'd like to ask: is this something you're willing to talk about?
We can.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
discuss.
Also, I guess there's a
Let's
few
get into some of
things
this.
that he doesn't want to talk
And
about.
again, if you're not comfortable, you just let me know and we can work
Don't
around
let
it.
him know, but let me know. I would like to know
The
everything.
next progression here is June to October 2016.
Okay.
You have messages in 4 symbols from the emerthers to yourself. And the message is as follows: your creator is displeased. Arrogant belief must allow all. Now you're given a latitude and longitude. Bergoglio accept. Open and free keys. And then decoders monitored. Use caution. So right there, just for this first part, we have something really interesting. But those,
I don't remember what the latitude, longitude,
where it goes to.
where it goes to. Yeah, I don't remember.
So the latitude of Solomon's temple,
Oh,
31.77, and then the longitude of Temple Mount.
that's crazy. And you know, it's so crazy because as a defense contractor, I recently was in Israel and in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
I've got pictures, near that location.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's like it was predicting my future outcome of where I would be.
Whoa.
That's wild, isn't it?
But obviously.
This happens all the time.
These synchronicities.
Yeah. I do not choose work for where the location is. I choose work for the job, and I don't have no idea where I'm going to end up, doing this type of work. So it's kind of wild that,
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of kind of wild things going on here. So yeah, you take that as almost some type of synchronicity, like they're showing you, like, hey, and here, the word solo, at the longitude of Solomon's temple here, solo is in Solomon's temple. So
right.
Another interesting connection that was found by Dr. Drew here. Credit to him.
And Solomon, I believe, didn't he have some sort of guidance from God himself to create the temple?
I'm not familiar with.
I'm not familiar with.
The
I'm
lore.
not super familiar with religion. I would align myself Christian to the best part.
Sure.
I'm not an everyday go to church type of person.
Yeah.
I'm pretty open minded, but I do live my life peaceful and calm and courteous to others and polite to others, and I care about life and things. But yeah, solo.
Well, I'll have to look into that a little bit.
Seems like individual, and that points at Solomon's temple, quite a bit.
Where were you when you received this message? Do you remember? In March or
2016?
June to October 2016.
I believe I was in Colorado.
Okay. And this was probably at night again.
Yeah, it always happens at night.
Yeah.
When I'm sleeping.
Bergoglio.
I don't know Bergoglio.
I'll look that up real quick if you don't mind.
No, absolutely.
I have no idea. It's Italian. Let me see.
It's Italian, and looking at the letters that was translated by from Dr. Horace Drew is in red. Shows up as, yeah.
Okay, this is really interesting. Bergoglio, and then it says accept open and free keys.
Right.
And then in red we have Pope FR, as in perhaps Pope Francis. Right? One could make that assumption.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, Bergoglio is Jorge Mario Bergoglio is the birth name of Pope Francis.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. No, back in 2016, when this is explained to me, and like I said, I was getting lots of messages and lots of translations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm remembering a lot more as we're talking about them, but they're not brought up in my head all the time, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly,
of course,
more and more type of messages. So yes, Bergoglio does ring some bells with Pope Francis.
Well, I mean, this is so wild.
And is he still the Pope? Because I think the Pope.
No,
changed
he
again.
passed.
He passed.
Yeah. Pope Francis passes now. The Pope from Chicago.
Did he pass, or did he just hand it
No,
over?
he passed.
He did pass.
Yeah, he passed away.
Okay.
Last year, I was actually in Italy, in Rome.
Oh wow.
The day after he passed.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I booked my trip to Rome. I was going to Rome. I was going to go visit the Vatican.
Right.
And I was like, nice. All right. And literally a day before, I see oh no, the Pope is dead. Now I'm like, uh-oh, that kind of foils my plan to go to the Vatican. Sure enough, it
Unlucky.
was pandemonium, as you can expect.
Yep.
Massive crowds.
Hundreds and thousands of people. The city got shut down, you know, and I was in the midst of all this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, really insane.
The day you're there.
Yeah, I was there for the funeral. Like they you know, paraded around his body around the city. And
So I'm wondering if this is a metaphor. You know, it says to free keys.
yeah,
So I wonder if that means like you're
open
no
and
longer
free keys.
you're no longer Pope. Hand over the keys to the next.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
There's so many different similarities that, you know, this came out in 2016, obviously way before,
yeah,
you know, he was even,
yeah.
you know, before he passed. This essentially in 2016 pointed out that he was going to pass
And
the
then
keys off to someone else.
Well,
Sure,
he was
yeah.
old,
You know what I mean?
so
the keys, yeah, and then
I mean, I could predict that he would pass at some point. You know what I mean? Pope's always old. They don't live that long.
So freaking wild. There's so many things that you just can't ignore.
I
you
do.
know?
This is the Da Vinci Code. Decoders monitored. Use caution. That one terrifies me.
That one bothers me as well.
Yeah,
Because the moment I heard that, I got concerned with. I got concerned for the safety of Linda and Dr. Horace Drew at that point in time. I was almost at a point where, like, okay, we need to put this on hold. I'm going to stop talking to people for a while because they're helping me, but I don't want to put them in jeopardy. You know, they're important to me. They're good people, both Linda and
Yeah.
Dr. Horace Drew. They're good people. They have good hearts, and the last thing I want to do is bring something negative towards them. And so, at this point in time, I was kind of backing off from sharing. I was worried for them, and so when this translation came out, I was being cautious.
yeah.
You know, it's not just about me anymore; it's about others, and I don't want to bring anything upon
That's
others.
true. Sadly.
So yeah,
But-
I
remember
mean,
that.
But it does
I
say
don't know why they
decoders monitor
just
use
don't tell
caution.
us.
It doesn't say stop.
It doesn't
Just
say
tell
stop.
us.
You're correct. It doesn't.
tell us the information you guys have about aliens. All we want is to know. That's all we want, and we would be happy. They think everyone's gonna. Maybe a few people would freak out, but still, we have a right to know, in my opinion. And I mean, like, you and me, we know they're out there, but I want to know. I want the evidence, you know, to see for myself. I would love to see what they look like, stuff like that. One day, they will let us know. They will tell us. I think they're slowly preparing us for the truth as well.
Doesn't
Okay.
So
say-
just let's
doesn't
play it
say
safe.
stop. It says use caution. So, you know, caution should be taken with everything that we do in life, shouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I take that as a direct message for sure. It then goes on to rebuild temple for all, return our gifts.
Well,
That's another
What gifts?
scary one.
What gifts? And
Yeah,
so I
what
don't know
gifts?
about that one at all. I mean, I couldn't think of anything. Return our gifts.
So,
So would this be like
reprisal,
recoveries?
recoveries, definitely.
But if they were crashed,
Well,
are
not
they,
always.
Are they gifts?
I don't
Not
think
all-
they
I don't
all
think they
crashed. No.
Do you think they were just here's something that works? Play with it.
According to other whistleblowers, I think David Gresham mentioned this too, that there are some that are considered to be, or at least looked at as donations
Donations for experiments.
for whatever. They were left there intact with nothing on board type, and here you go,
Oh wow. Okay.
in these sort of giving fields.
Okay.
And they were just kind of on these ranges or whatever it is. They were kind of just dropped there and like, here you go.
But that would just be like a gift of a vehicle in my perspective of things. You know,
Yeah.
here's an object.
Mhm.
Is this object a gift? Or
I don't
what
think
do
it's
we
about an
consider
object.
gifts? Gifts
I
are
think
that
that message means
gifts are
anything.
given with emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Gifts
Yeah,
are given
physical, like
with
that.
intent,
Mm-hmm.
and gifts are given with meaning behind them. So I'm one that, like I said, thinks outside of the box a lot on a lot of different things. So I interpret a gift as something that could be used for knowledge, something that could be used to answer questions, something that could be used more or less or per se with emotions and helping in some fashion. So what was this gift?
Looking
Because
glass.
I'm not thinking it was a UAP that was left behind as a gift. I'm thinking it was something more
Tech. Some type of instrument.
I get feeling and emotion and
Information. Or
I get
no,
more out of
I mean,
it
you can't
than
give
that.
information
You know what I
back,
mean?
so that was a dumb one.
So there is
But
talk
something deeper,
that
bro. Something
Eisenhower and the Majestic were given a tool, which is this looking glass, this crystal that was known as like the Yellow Book, or there's all types of different names for it.
So
But
a book of knowledge.
yes, but essentially it was like a hologram that you could peer into different timelines.
All right.
Oh,
like
that's crazy. I want
like
that
a
book.
magic 8-ball.
Yes,
Shake it.
exactly like a magic 8-ball, but that had like all
Far
these
more detail.
Yes, and
Oh, that would be
that
crazy.
was the way that I understood it. And again, this is all just lore. I don't know if
Right.
any of this is accurate, but the way that I understood it is it was given to them with the intent to disseminate that to the world.
Okay.
Use this as a tool to evolve.
Right.
And they chose to keep it for themselves and to use it for their own personal gain and militarization
Demons are greedy as
I can
hell.
see how
and
that.
controlling the narrative through the military-industrial complex. And that ticked them off. And they were like, that's not why we gave it to you. You promised us that you would
You're
do
not-
it this way, and you didn't.
You're not using it for its intended purposes.
So I see return our gifts as being like, hey,
That could be.
Hey,
that
either
would make sense.
play nice or give
Play
it back.
nice or give it back.
Yeah,
Give back our toy.
exactly.
Right.
Topside destruction of early libraries, artifacts, and structure. What do you make of that?
So when I think of topside, I think of surface
Yeah.
Mhm.
Surface,
because
like pyramids
I'm
and
not
stuff like that.
Navy, but if I was operating underwater, then surface would be the water level, the surface of the water, surface of the earth. So this would be how I interpret it is libraries. It says libraries. What else did it say?
Libraries, artifacts, and structures.
Libraries, artifacts, and
Yeah,
structures.
things like
So
the
artifacts
pyramids.
are things of our past, right? So I interpret this as our history, like maybe ancient civilizations that we're uncovering, and like in Egypt and things, and over time they become buried in
That's
sand.
what I'm saying.
So maybe these are structures, or maybe they have information. Maybe there's historical reference or guides, such as hieroglyphics, and some of these ancient structures that we're unburying in the desert that are echoes of our past, of how we lived back in the day, and maybe they're being destroyed in some fashion somehow.
Yeah, and that's the topside destruction.
Topside.
So there might be a
Sounds
whole
like Arc
underground
Raiders.
component here that we're
Right.
Top
So, I
side
mean,
of Arc Raiders.
I remember being in
Everything's
Iraq
destroyed there.
when
Good
we
game, you
were
should try it out.
operating out there. There's a lot of historical sites out there, and I remember some of the there were some peoples that were destroying and defacing ancient.
I remember that
ancient
statues
and things, because
temples.
who knows? Maybe they're not well educated on the history of things, but maybe they're just trying to wipe away some of the history. And then I don't think that's beneficial to humanity at all. When you have when you have a view and you want everybody to view things the way that you view things, and you want to discredit anybody who has an outside view of things, then you're imposing violence and destruction to force people to see your view your way and your way only. And so I don't think this is a good way to think and good way to operate. So
I would say it depends what it's about.
Is
Have
an
to be
arrogant
careful
way
with that
to
statement. It really depends what it's about.
force their beliefs upon everyone, kind of thing.
Maybe that's what they're warning us about. Like, hey, stop doing that.
So
Give us our gifts back. Stop destroying stuff.
right. Yeah.
And then the capital letters spell out monde, which is French for world,
Oh, okay.
and the word defend, which again,
Defend the world.
pretty deep there. Defend our world.
Right.
Followed by must chastise or avoid study of dark energy until photon energy is mastered.
What?
And then in brackets,
There's no way.
enlarge, squeeze, shrink, insert, charge.
Kids playing with fire,
And
basically.
then the capitalized
what we're
letters spell
doing.
it lunar.
This one baffled me.
This is crazy.
I mean, as far as the enlarge, shrink, insert, charge, I have
Sounds technical.
It sounds like it's kind of out of my realm of my knowledge.
Physics or something.
And I pick up physics pretty quickly, and I've never taken a physics class. It's just something I've always picked up quite easily, quite well, because I can envision things in my mind, such as playing billiards and pool. I didn't take classes on the physics of it. I paid attention and practiced the way the balls manipulate from each other, and how they strike and where they hit on the side rails to make my shots. And I'm quite good at billiards and pool.
We should play.
All over.
Yeah.
In the military, usually.
We should play tonight. You want to play?
I'm pretty good.
But
I did not bring my pool cue.
That's all right. We can borrow. We'll play on an even playing field. We'll both use shitty pool cues.
Yeah, we could use some house sticks.
Yeah, I'll play.
What's wrong with the few dings and dents and broken tips? We'll make something happen.
Yeah. Okay. And then lunar, obviously something there. Photon energy. We talked about this before. And then avoid study of dark energy. So like we're looking into dark matter, obviously.
I don't know what dark energy is.
I don't think we know what dark matter is, but
we're working on it.
We're trying to, through CERN, I think.
Yeah, not only.
Either figure it out, create it.
Both.
Even, if you listen to Bob Lazar, he says that the creation of element 115, once element 115, the fuel is put into the sort of generator, engine, or whatever, it basically dissipates into or creates 116 from 115, and then it sort of disintegrates in that or whatever it does, and then that creates dark matter or antimatter or whatever, and that's how the reactor. I'm probably butchering it.
Last night when we were eating dinner, we were talking about this as I was talking to Dr. Horstrew, and I was sharing some information with him, what I was seeing in my vivid dream state, and I was drawing pictures for him for what I was seeing, and what I saw was on a monitor that was embedded into the wall when one of these small grays had gone to it, and it lit up like a monitor, like a television monitor like this here. And it was showing some sort of liquid metallic. And I'm quick to say, or a lot of people are quick to say, that's liquid mercury. Well, that's what we have here. But I'm not for sure that was liquid mercury. It could be some other type of liquid metal that we haven't discovered yet. But I believe it was some type of liquid metal that was stationary at the time when he brought up the screen. And it started up, and this liquid metal started rotating in a circle, spinning something that was similar to, when it was stopped, it was similar to like the yin yang symbol, the black and white S with the two dots on either side. It kind of resembled that appearance, but this wasn't, I wasn't looking straight down at it. This was at an angle. And I was interpreting the information kind of like that yin yang symbol, but with the liquid metal rotating, spinning, causing other things to rotate and spin. And it was charged in a way where it started to glow, some sort of plasma around it, and it was changing colors. So this was spinning extremely fast, and it was charged, electrified in some way that it was causing a glow. And I tried to articulate this in sketches and shooting this over to Dr. Drew.
We'll bring it up here.
And yeah, we'll definitely bring that up.
I would love, what's so cool about this as well, Jeremy, is that everything you're saying and everything that we're looking at right here, like there's a hive mind out there right now that's watching this with us.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the whole of the internet. There are brilliant people watching this. There are people who are studying advanced physics and sciences and all the soft and hard sciences.
That's true. That's
and
true.
collectively, you know,
that interview.
it's another one of the reasons why, again, I'm so thankful that you're doing this, because you're giving not just me this information, you're giving this information to humanity, and whoever's out there who's on this path to try and, you know, help disclosure, help whatever that is to come to light a little bit and shine some light on this stuff. I mean,
Absolutely.
they're going to find something in here that they can use for that, and that's
I am constantly getting new information.
Let's stop it right here, guys. You know what it is. I don't want to keep it too long for those that don't have that much time. For some of you guys, it's easier to watch it in parts. I mean, you always can go to the YouTube channel Area 52 and watch the full interview without any breaks, without my stupid voice, me talking, whatever. So yeah, we're gonna keep it short. Well, somewhat short. I think we're like 40 minutes in, and we're just gonna continue with part 6 the next time. So thank you guys so much again for keep watching, for coming back. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought about this video, if you have any thoughts, any ideas, and yeah, whatever you want to type, you can just type it in the comments. Like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Have a good night.